You're not stuck. You're just running old code. What if I told you the only thing keeping you stuck isn't your talent or your circumstances or your resources? It's who you think you are. Because here's the brutal truth. You don't get what you want. You get what you believe you deserve. Most people live trapped in invisible chains. They chase new goals, try new habits, buy new courses, but nothing sticks. Because they're trying to run new software on an old operating system. Identity. Until you change that code, every dream you chase will keep crashing. That's why the most important game you'll ever play is the one inside your own mind. Welcome to the Identity Blueprint, Becoming Who You Want to Be. Chapter 1, How Identity Really Works, The Loop. Let me show you how the game actually works. Everything in your life flows from one hidden loop. Your identity shapes your actions. Your actions create proof. That proof reinforces your identity. Round and round it goes. It's why two people can try the exact same diet. One loses 20 kilos and keeps it off, the other gains it all back. Or why one person builds a business while another reads 100 books, yet stays broke. It's not discipline, it's not intelligence, it's identity. Because here's how the loop plays out. Imagine you believe, I'm just bad with money. So you avoid looking at your bank account. You make impulse purchases. You undercharge clients. Your finances stay a mess, which proves you're bad with money. Loop complete. Or you believe, I'm not a fit person. So you skip workouts, eat comfort food when stressed, feel ashamed in your clothes, which proves you're not fit. Loop complete. This is why motivation alone is worthless. Because if your identity stays the same, any new action feels like a lie, and eventually, you'll sabotage it. Because humans crave consistency between who we believe we are and how we act. So the real question isn't, what should I do? The real question is, who am I? Chapter 2, Finding Your Hidden Identity Code. So how do you figure out the identity running your life? Simple. Listen to how you talk to yourself. Identity hides inside small phrases like, I'm just not a morning person. I'm bad at sales. I always quit things halfway. I'm shy. I'm not creative. I'm terrible with money. These sound harmless, casual, even funny. But every time you say them, you're writing code into your subconscious, and your brain obeys. If you say, I'm terrible with money, your mind looks for evidence. You forget to send invoices. You overspend. You avoid talking about finances. Because your brain wants to stay right, even if it keeps you broke. This happens everywhere, in money, in fitness, in relationships, in business. Your identity sets the thermostat. Try to rise above it, and your subconscious drags you back down. Let's say you're used to making $3,000 a month. You push hard and hit $10,000. At first, it feels incredible, but if your identity still whispers, I'm just someone who gets by, your thermostat kicks in. Suddenly, you stop following up with clients. You splurge money on things you don't need. You procrastinate on projects. And so you can fall back to your normal. Because you can't consistently outperform who you believe you are. Here's how to uncover your current identity. Grab a pen. Answer these 3 questions. Number 1, when I look at my money, I believe I'm the kind of person who... Number 2, when it comes to health and fitness, I believe I'm the kind of person who... And number 3, when it comes to my career or business, I believe I'm the kind of person who... Don't overthink it. Just write the first words that come out because those casual words are the code controlling your game. Chapter 3, Installing a New Identity. Here's the good news. Identity isn't fate, it's not DNA, it's a choice. Right now, you're playing a character that someone else assigned to you. Parents, school, society, culture, all gave you a script. But the most powerful players in life don't just accept the default character sheet. They pick a new class. Think of life like an RPG. Some people are warriors, action takers. They run toward hard things. They don't wait for permission. Mages, thinkers, visionaries. They build worlds with words, ideas, or code. Rogues, builders and hackers. They find leverage, break rules, multiply effort. Healers, connectors. They nurture relationships, build trust, elevate others. No class is better, but one of them is calling you. So here's your mission. Pick your new class. Say it out loud. I'm a creator. I'm a builder. I'm a leader. I'm the kind of person who does hard things. Because identity is like your character sheet. Once you declare your class, your quests become clear. Your gear becomes obvious. Your allies appear. You stop drifting because you're finally playing your game. But here's where people mess it up. They think declaring a new identity is enough. It's not. Your brain demands evidence. So if you want to become, I'm a disciplined person, you can't just say it. You need proof. Tiny wins and daily actions. Because identity isn't built in a day, it's built through reps, patterns, evidence. Let's make it practical. Say you want to be, I'm a fit person. Start with a 10-minute walk every day, logging your meals, drinking 2 liters of water. Small actions. Each rep says, see, I'm the kind of person who moves daily. Or say, I'm an entrepreneur. Start with 1 cold DM a day, posting 1 piece of content, spending 30 minutes learning sales. Tiny proof stacks into identity. Let me show you what an identity shift looks like, using one of the greatest examples ever, solo leveling. At the start of solo leveling, Sung Jin-woo is called the world's weakest hunter. Everyone laughs at him. He barely survives low-level dungeons. He's broke, injured, invisible. His entire identity is, I'm weak, I'm worthless. He accepts it, until one day, he gets left behind in a dungeon, bleeding, about to die. And in that moment, he decides he wants to live. He decides he wants to be strong. He chooses a new identity. From that point on, he trains alone, he fights impossible monsters, he risks death over and over. At first, he's still terrified, but each win, each level up, each new skill, each boss defeated becomes proof of his new identity. I'm not weak, I'm the player. That's exactly how real life works too. We all start like Jin-woo, telling ourselves I'm not confident, believing I'm not good at money, hiding because I'm just average. But the moment you choose a new identity, I'm the kind of person who fights back, and you back it up with tiny actions, you level up. Because identity isn't just an idea, it's proof. Every rep is XP. Same with Naruto. Everyone calls Naruto the loser, the problem child, the kid who will never be Hokage. But Naruto keeps saying, I'm going to become Hokage. People laugh, but he trains, shows up, gets knocked down, and rises again. Because his identity drives his actions, until his actions transform him into Hokage. Here's how this applies to you. Want to be fit? Train even if you feel weak. Want to be wealthy? Make your first dollar online. Want to be confident? Speak up once today. Want to be a creator? Post something messy. At first, it'll feel fake, just like Jin-woo felt like the weakest hunter, until he wasn't. Identity isn't who you are today, it's who you keep proving you can become. Choose your new character, act in tiny ways, collect proof, and watch your life transform like the hero of your own anime. Here's your exercise. Pick one small daily action that matches the identity you want. Just one. Because once you prove it to yourself, your subconscious starts believing, this is who I am. And when that happens, your actions stop feeling forced. They feel natural. because you're not pretending anymore. You've become the character. Chapter 4. Winning the real boss fight. Staying in character. Here's the part nobody warns you about. Your old identity will fight back. It's the toughest boss in the game. And it doesn't show up wearing a monster costume. It whispers, "Who do you think you are?" You'll hear it. The first time you raise your rates, the first time you post a video online, the first time you walk into the gym, the first time you say no instead of people-pleasing. Suddenly, the voice shows up. "This isn't you." People will laugh. "You're an imposter. Just stay comfortable." It's not random. It's your old identity defending itself because your subconscious wants one thing: familiarity. Even if familiarity is pain, even if familiarity is staying broke, even if familiarity is hating your reflection in the mirror, because to your brain, familiar equals safe. So when you try to step out of character, your mind drags you back into the same old costume. Let me show you how it works. Let's say you decide, "I'm an entrepreneur." You start sending cold emails, you post online, you pitch your first client. At first, you're on fire. Then suddenly, you get ignored. Someone criticizes your post. A potential client ghosts you. Instantly, your brain screams, "See, I knew this wasn't you. You're not an entrepreneur. Go back to being safe." Same with fitness. You decide, "I'm an athlete." You start hitting the gym, eating clean, but the scale barely moves. One day, you're exhausted. You skip a workout. Your brain whispers, "Told you, you're not an athlete. You're just pretending." The boss fight has begun. Here's how to beat it. Step number 1, name the old voice. Don't let it blend into your thoughts. Call it out like, "This is my old identity talking." Or give it a nickname, the saboteur, the critic, the gatekeeper. When you name it, you separate it from who you truly are. Step 2, expect the dip. Changing identity will feel fake at first. Fake it till you make it is a lie. Instead, act it until you become it. Growth always feels awkward. That's not failure. It's the sign you're building new neural pathways. So the next time your brain says, "This isn't you," reply with, "Not yet, but it will be." Step 3, stay in character. Imagine you're an actor. Actors step into a role. At first, it feels weird, but the more scenes they play, the more the role becomes second nature. Same with identity. If you want to be, "I'm confident," then walk like it, speak like it, make decisions like it, even when it feels unnatural. Especially then, because every rep rewrites your code. Here's your mantra: I don't fake it. I act it until I become it. Chapter 5. The world will react. Don't let it break you. Let's talk about the final twist in the game. Other people. Because when you change, people around you will feel threatened. Not because they're evil, but because your change forces them to look at themselves. And that's uncomfortable. Here's what happens. You start speaking up. Friends say, "Why are you so loud now?" You start working out. People joke, "Don't become obsessed." You raise your prices. Old clients say, "You've changed." You start a business. Family says, "Why risk it? Just be safe." It's subtle, jokes, sarcasm, quiet distance. Because if you grow and they stay the same, it exposes their own inaction. So instead of changing themselves, they try to pull you back. You have two choices. Option 1, go back to the old identity. It's easier. No friction, no arguments. Everyone stays comfortable. But you stay stuck. Option 2, keep playing your new character. Even if you lose people, you get criticized, you feel alone for a while. Because guess what? The right people will find you. When you show up as your true self, new allies appear. People on your wavelength. People who remind you, you're not crazy, you're just early. Here's a quick truth. Your old crowd likes the old version of you. Your new crowd is waiting for the upgraded you. So don't shrink back, because your old identity wasn't working, and the game's too short to keep playing small. Final message, press start. Look, you were handed a character sheet at birth. You're shy, you're average, you're not creative, People like you don't get rich. That was never the real you. It was just old code. And the moment you realize, I can choose who I become, everything changes. Here's what I want you to know. You're not stuck. You're not broken. You're not destined to stay the same. Identity is programmable. Your future self is counting on you. Because one day, you'll look back at this moment and either say, I kept pretending to be who they said I was, or I chose my character and I played my game. So choose. Pick your new class, write your new code, prove it with small actions. Stay in character when it's hard. Ignore the noise. Because the world doesn't change when you hope for it. It changes when you become someone new. There's no more waiting. No more someday. It's time. Press start.